My name is Mika Takasugi. I married my husband Akida when I was 24, and now we're in our second year of marriage. I finished cleaning the house, so now I just need to tell Akida. I couldn't wait to tell Akida that our family was growing. At that moment, I was filled with happiness. Welcome home! Guess what? I'm pregnant!
What?
We're having a baby! It's a bit earlier than planned, but...
Well, then maybe it's better if you take charge of the household.
What?
I mean, this isn't going according to plan, right? I was thinking we'd take our time together for a while longer and save up some money.
Are you not happy about this?
It's not that, but if you try to handle everything, like housework, childcare, and work, you'll collapse.
I see. He's worried about me. You're right, balancing everything might be tough.
Right? That's why I think you should focus on the household.
Okay, I understand. And so, after discussing it with Akira, I explained the situation to my workplace and resigned. I was looking forward to the future with the child we will soon meet. And after giving birth safely, I spent every day taking care of the baby and the house. Then one day... What? What did you just say?
I said, because of the late night crying and taking care of the baby, I've gotten sick. So I got a 6-month leave from work.
I see. Thinking back, maybe I was desperately trying to convince myself that I had to support our family as a stay-at-home mom.
Nice! Man, I'm still good at this!
Could you maybe...
Hey, I'm at a good part here. Could you be more considerate?
Sorry.
Oh no, it's just that you suddenly came into the room.
Is he playing with someone while on a call? I want to rest too, but every night he's so loud. But I have to keep doing my best now. Huh? You're going out?
Yeah, just for a bit.
Spending the night gaming and then going out at night. But even though I wasn't at my best, I worked desperately hard for Akira, managing the housework, childcare, and supporting him. I felt like I had to handle everything because I had quit my job to focus on housework and childcare. Then 6 months passed and Akira successfully returned to work, which was good, but...
No worries, I had a great time today. So, when can we meet next?
What? Akira was still spending all his time outside of work gaming and going out late at night. Is Akira meeting someone else besides me? Looking back, for the past 6 months, he's been constantly playing games with someone. Is he meeting up with the person he's been gaming with? But I don't have any proof. Feeling guilty, I started checking his actions, but I couldn't find any decisive evidence. If it's come to this, I'll just have to confront him directly. But when I did, his reaction was totally unexpected.
Yeah, I am.
What? You're admitting it?
Yeah. Oh, divorce? I don't mind, but I'll take custody of the kid.
Why does he look so unfazed? And, wait, what? Why do you get custody?
Well, I've been taking care of the baby too, you know.
Your idea of taking care of the baby is just entertaining them a little when you're in a good mood.
That still counts as being involved. I'm the one providing for the family, so custody should go to me, right? And besides, you have no evidence to back up what you're saying, so just give it up.
I couldn't believe how confidently Akira was saying all this. There's no way I'm giving you custody.
Get real. How are you going to raise the baby, huh?
I'll find a job right away and...
Yeah, enough of that talk already.
What do you mean by that?
Just be a good housewife and support the household. And respect the opinion of the one who's providing for the family. You'll be happier that way, trust me. Haha.
Do you think I lack the drive to do something on my own?
You chose to be a housewife because it was too difficult to manage everything else, right?
I see. I'm done with this conversation. So all this time, everything he said was never for my sake. It was just for his own convenience. That's it. I have my own plans too. Akida's assumption that I couldn't take action on my own finally woke me up. It's not like I spent all those years as a student struggling just to get hired at that company for nothing. That's right, the place I used to work at was a food manufacturer. I had gotten my dietitian's license and secured a job. So if I try hard enough, I should be able to find a job soon. The problem is, what to do until I find one? I wonder if it's okay to step into an environment where I might not be around all the time, when the baby isn't fully independent yet. I can't let my choices ruin the future and potential of my child. But having a home environment that's so unharmonious is even worse. For my own future, and more importantly, to secure a healthy future for my child. Alright, I'll do my best. I resolved to find a job as soon as possible. To be ready for anything that might happen, I started with a part-time job. Thank you very much. I look forward to working with you. Thanks to my dietitian's license, I quickly found a part-time job, but what to do while I'm out working? That's the issue. Since I was originally a housewife, I couldn't just get my child into daycare right away. Even if I'm working part-time and looking for a full-time job, what do I do in the meantime? I hit a wall at times, but 24-hour care? It's not the same as a daycare, isn't it? Curious, I felt drawn inside the building. Temporary care is available. I see, this could work. With that, I took a pamphlet and secured a safe environment for my child while I'm not around using 24-hour childcare. I see. There are really all kinds of people using this service. People who work night shifts and can't take care of their kids, and people like me who need emergency care. The daycare was full of people with various working arrangements. Up until now, I had been living as a housewife, doing everything as Akida wanted, following his lead. I finally realized I don't have to give up. I could use support from others and facilities like this to keep going. 4 years into my marriage with Akida, I found myself wondering how long it had been since I had last thought about my own future. I really have neglected my own feelings for such a long time. Choosing between a life where I suppress myself and one where I take full responsibility alone, the latter is far less of a burden. Finally feeling optimistic, I focused on balancing my part-time job with my daily life while preparing for the future until I could find a full-time employment. Of course, during that time, I kept an eye on Akida without confronting him. Since then, I successfully found a job and secured a spot for my child in daycare. I'm home. Alright, let's start by washing our hands and gargling. Balancing work and home life is still challenging, but to be honest, after returning to work, I never imagined my days would become so fulfilling.
Come on, stop dawdling and get things done, will you?
Yeah. I'm about to make dinner and get the baby ready for a bath. So do as you please.
You got it. I'll be in my room waiting for dinner, haha.
To be blunt, I want to divorce him right this second. But I'm determined to endure until I've secured a stable foundation for myself. Even though Akira was doing whatever he wanted, I didn't restrict his freedom.
I'm tired from work, and I'm still not fully recovered, so I'll decide when I go to bed.
Fine. Well, I have to work tomorrow too, so I'm going to bed now. I got through this exchanges smoothly, and even stopped commenting when Akira went out on his days off.
Nothing beats sleeping as much as I want on a day off. Anyway, I'm heading out.
Is that so?
I'll be back tomorrow morning.
Wait a minute, didn't he say he was going to clean his room today? Feeling curious, I headed to Akira's room. As expected, when I opened the door, the room was a complete mess. Can't he at least keep his own room clean? The room was so messy that it made me sigh involuntarily, with trash left just as it was. Reluctantly deciding to clean up, I noticed a message had arrived on the computer that was left on. What? I'll be lonely if you don't come soon? Could this be evidence of an affair? Although Akida did admit to having an affair, there was still no evidence afterward. Come to think of it, a mom friend I met at 24-hour daycare once told me that sometimes you could gather information like this. Back then, I tried to find proof, but I couldn't pinpoint anything specific. But this could be the evidence. Remembering that I had learned from the mom friend that recent computer communication apps also have messaging functions. I took a photo of the open message screen with my smartphone. Wow, there's a ton of incriminating messages here. I don't usually game, so I hardly ever use the computer. But if they were communicating here, no wonder I couldn't find any evidence before. Thanks to Akira leaving the screen open, I finally got the proof I needed of his affair. Alright, with this, I got solid evidence. I'll confront him tomorrow afternoon when he comes home. With everything in place, I eagerly awaited Akira's return the next day.
Divorce? No way.
What? Being completely ready to go through the divorce, I was stunned by Akira's reaction.
Seriously? Who do you think allowed you to have this much freedom until now?
Freedom? I feel much freer now that I'm working.
But that's only because I compromised since you insisted on working, right? In other words, I've been respecting your wishes. But you're just doing whatever you want.
First of all, you were the one who wanted me to stay home for the family. So I become a housewife. It's not like I wanted to do this out of some desire for freedom.
Looking at the future, isn't it better if I stay?
Absolutely not. In fact, I'll be much better off without you.
See? That just proves you're being selfish.
I can't understand how you could possibly interpret it that way.
That's why I'm telling you, staying together as we are is the best option.
This isn't just a difference in values. Not being able to comprehend anything Akira was saying, I finally got the heart of the matter. Why don't you agree to the divorce?
Isn't it obvious? Her room is a mess.
Huh?
That woman, Eri, the one I'm cheating with, her room is a mess. It's clear she can't do housework.
Oh, the woman he's been messaging with. The one he's cheating on me with.
So, if you keep doing the housework like you've been, I'll be able to get back on track.
So, you mean you don't want a divorce because you love me?
Of course not.
You're just throwing a tantrum because you hate dealing with life and anything inconvenient, right?
Well, I'm still not fully recovered, you know. The best way to resolve everything smoothly is for you to keep supporting me, Mika.
Well, that's your personal issue, so it has nothing to do with me. I'm getting a divorce.
What? Were you even listening to me? I already told you just until recently you had no income. How are you going to manage financially?
You don't need to worry about that.
So in other words, you don't have it figured out, huh? You really think I'm going to leave my precious son with someone who has no plan?
Why do you talk as if following me means there's no future for him?
It's not that, it's just, he's my precious son, you know.
You don't need to worry about that either.
Darn it, that attitude of yours. There's no way I'm leaving him with you. If you're insisting on a divorce, then my son comes with me.
Someone who's barely spent time with our son, let alone raised him, is suddenly saying this? What a joke.
Your attitude really annoys me.
This is ridiculous. Our son isn't here to fulfill your selfish desires. We'll settle custody in court.
What? Court? You're serious?
Of course I am.
Darn it, I'm not in the wrong here. Come on, you're going to live with Daddy.
With that, Akira unexpectedly picked up our son, who had been napping. However, it had already been over a year since I started working part-time. Back then, I could still carry my son in a baby sling, but now he's old enough to speak some words.
He'd be more secure with me than with a mom who has an uncertain future. No! Mommy! Mommy! Oh, what the hell?
Enough! He's not a toy! I knew I had to separate him from Akira as soon as possible, so I held my son close and made up my mind. I'll hire a lawyer. The rest will be settled in court.
What? Hey, wait a minute.
Akira tried to talk to me, but I grabbed the important evidence and essential items and left the house with my son.
I'm not going to accept this.
Akira was shouting, but I didn't look back and kept walking away. Seeing others, he quickly went back inside the house. Finally. I can't put an end to this. This is an important step. I really did my best. There's still so much to do, but I have to keep pushing forward to protect. The most important thing sleeping right next to me. But just without Akira, the night feels so much quieter. It was just a business hotel that I happened to have a vacancy. But ironically, it was the best night's sleep my son and I had in a long time. After that, I immediately consulted a lawyer and explained the situation and presented the evidence. Please, take care of this for me.
All right, I will do my best. If we can gather more evidence that he wasn't involved in childcare, that would be perfect.
Oh, in that case. And so, in addition to the evidence of the affair, I handed something else to the lawyer. Will this be enough as evidence?
Absolutely, this will work.
Thank you so much. And finally, the day of the divorce mediation arrived.
Even without a single piece of evidence, she's selfish and doesn't take care of the kids. She doesn't do any housework and just keeps blaming me for everything. That's strange. Weren't you the one who openly admitted to Mrs. Takasugi that you were having an affair when the topic of divorce first came up? Excuse me, here's the evidence. This girl Eri, the one I'm cheating with, her room is a mess. You can tell she can't do any housework. So if you keep doing the housework like you've been, I'll be able to get back on track. What the heck is this? It's all lies. No, this was recorded on a voice recorder that your wife prepared when she first mentioned divorce. Because she couldn't trust your attitude.
You can record on your phone nowadays, but they told me that voice recorders aren't that expensive, and it's worth having one ready. I'm so glad I took that advice. I realized how valuable the knowledge I gained from that 24-hour daycare truly was.
And here are the messages from the chat app on your computer.
Hey, when are we meeting again?
Maybe I'll just come over now.
Hurry up, I'm waiting.
Darn it! I thought it wouldn't be discovered if I used the computer.
And so, Akira's infidelity was officially recognized.
But I still have the right to claim custody. I have rights too. We also have evidence that suggests you lack the capacity to be responsible for your child. February 4th. Today our son burped for the first time. But Akira was up all night playing games and missed it. What? Did you not recognize? Your wife has been keeping a daily parenting diary since the day your son was born.
Yes, it was initially just to record memories for the future. But I never imagined that this diary will serve as evidence of Akira's lack of responsibility. Even though it was tough, I'm glad I kept writing it down.
No, this is wrong. There must be some mistake.
Akira shouted. But in the end, it became clear that he had not been involved in raising our child at all. So, the custody was awarded to me, and the divorce was finalized. Afterward, I made sure to claim alimony from Akira, and receive compensation from the woman he had an affair with. He mentioned something about moving in together with her after the divorce, but I wonder if they'll be okay living together. Does everyone remember? His affair partner, Eddie, doesn't do any housework. Her room is also messy, and she spends all her time playing games. Ugh, why do you keep doing that?
Hey, could you at least...
What?
Let me sleep already.
But honestly, that's none of my business anymore. I've already received the child support in a lump sum to ensure that our son and I will be fine. Yeah, we'll be okay. Today and from now on, I'll keep my feet on the ground and continue doing my best.